Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. Flushed out right. Crabtree has it. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Chris Jones on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Marshall in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. Pushes over him.
Now, that's just not right.
What a play. It's a first down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready. White 25. Flip it. And watch that. And watch the ball. Get it all. Yes. Even. Whip. Watch the whip. Here we go.
First down, Winston. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Geno Atkins got home that time. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
This is Hunt, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, it's Hunt. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Murray now. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
7, Steelers nothing.
Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Murray going to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
To throw again on second down. Murray toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and it's 3rd and short.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Murray. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
It's never fun for a defense to run on the field knowing that they're having to defend a short field. Just the idea of trying to limit an offense in that position, daunting for a defense.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14 to zip.
Roberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards there and a first down. A first down carry for Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
56, the mark, 56. Check 56.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston dancing to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Jameis to throw it. And he finds Cook. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 22. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Watch the screen. 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 Check nickel. Hey, 56, the mob on the 50.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Anderson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They come out here in the eye. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go.
Now Anderson trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Kill. Turn up. 56. Here I come. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Aldrick Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Rosas' kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something that feels somewhat safe. That might...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And some room to roam now. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He couldn't hook up with Amendola there. 3rd down here. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And caught by Henry. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Derrick Henry, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now Winston, that'll be complete to Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
On 1st down, Hunt. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Kyler Murray, 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign at Oklahoma. He's got the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Murray off play action. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said?
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kareem Hunt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run it again with Henry. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
56 is mine.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Winston. He completes it to Henry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fourth down, Winston. And it is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Now, Pittsburgh. 54 Mike. I'm going to back straight.
On first down, it's Hunt. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Mike forward. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Shift. Watch the shift.
On second down, here's Murray. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Throwing on first down is Murray, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Murray with a 3rd and long. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And the return will stop right around the 25. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run with Hunt. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
To throw on 2nd and 10. McSorley, his throw incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Here's Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, here we go.
Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Let's get this. Ready. Hey, come on. Stay with your man. Right. He's done.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the